couple of these videos they are not even at the alpha stage, so cut them some slack. But there's just something there that caught my eye. In the first game is called Thunderbolt VR, and that's from the developer Gorilla Punk. They actually messaged me on Twitter asking if we could talk about the game. And I shared a link to the video with you, Wookie.
Cool.
We'll put that in the show notes. So this is a first-person shooter, and I wouldn't say it's wave-based, but it's kind of, I don't know what you'd call it.
Is that a zombie monkey?
Yeah, well, so from what I can tell, you're in a high school, and there seems like something happened in this high school. This is just like a concept thing, so again, don't judge it too hard, but I really dug it. I downloaded it, played it. You get a handgun in each hand, and there's a lot of options to each gun and a lot of things you can do. It's kind of almost too much at once. And you're just walking through. It seems like a high school that's kind of been taken over by some form of alien zombie things. There's like little short ones, there's tall ones, there's some that differ quite a bit. So when you're walking down the hallway, you're just shooting them, and you can like hold down the trigger to blast them with a big blast, and there's different types of guns and things. It's kind of neat. Like you go up to a door and you go through the door, and it's a classroom, and each room I've been in has been totally different with different dynamics and options in the background to do and enemies to fight. So it was like the first one I walked into, like the lights shut off and you have a flashlight, but of course it has a battery, so at some point you're going to be in the dark, which the game's cartoony enough to where it wasn't like, it didn't bother me at all with my horror issues. But it was still like when that flashlight shuts off and you can hear these little guys on you, it's just kind of like, Jesus, get off me. But yeah, each room had a different dynamic or mechanic, and it looked pretty cool. Like I would love to. I'm definitely going to check it out when they go to full release, which they haven't said when.
Phrasing.
What's that?
Phrasing.
Oh.
Full release. Sorry.
Gotcha. But yeah, just give that a shot if you have a quest, and if you have gotten into Sidequest, cool, check this game out. If you haven't, we'll share their link. It's super easy. There's a few little steps you gotta do, and then you can just download stuff like nuts. What do you think of the game that you're seeing there?
Watching the gameplay, it's interesting. I love games like Mass Effect, where checking out those ruined hallways and an old space station and stuff like that. And I love the flashlight idea. And this game looks like it's, like you said, it's like, I don't know, tech demo-ish, whatever, but it seems like the basics are solid. Like the shooting and everything looks like it's good.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of issues. I'd give it a shot. Yeah. Having things running straight at you as soon as they notice you're there, like the weird AI stuff that games have, I might freak out if like 3 of them were like coming right up to me and I couldn't see, but looks good.
It's kind of nutty. And the developer Gorilla Punk, super cool guy I'm talking to. I believe they're a Spanish developer. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, I would definitely play this, yeah.
Yeah, they have a couple other games that look pretty cool that I'm going to check out too.
Robot? A robot monkey? This is great.
Yeah, I dig the art direction's pretty cool, but yeah, I love different enemies like that. So
you just shotgunned the half-size monkey alien. That's good.
Yeah, the shooting was pretty satisfying. Like when you hold it down and you just kill them in one shot, it sounds good. Yeah. It looks good. I was impressed.
The only thing I'm wanting to see, which again, it's not something that I would imagine to put there, but I want to see ragdoll on him. Like when you hit him with those big shots, I just want to see him flop all over the place. But
yeah. So like one of the different rooms I went in, there was like water on the floor, and I don't remember what was sparking, but you would walk into the water, you'd get hurt a little bit, so you'd had to like jump on table to table or desk to desk, whatever was in there. And that was, again, it's just a tech demo right now. The only option missing was it has free locomotion, but it only has snap turning, or maybe it was teleporting too. That's what it was. They only have teleporting. So But for a tech demo, like all the other options were there, which is pretty nuts because some full-blown games don't even have all that. So
Yeah,
it was good to see.
And that's why the Quest doing the holding back on some of this stuff is good, because some people might never go put in those quality of life options where it's kind of like you should.
Yeah.
It's like the whole, Nintendo charging you Nintendo Live to play Animal Crossing when you're playing peer-to-peer. The hell are you paying for? Not cheating or something? Your voice chat is on a phone app? Fuck that shit. Come on, Nintendo. Just kidding. Different rant.
So that's Bullet VR, Thunderbolt VR from Gorilla Punk.
Bullet VR. Check that out. That looks fun.
So the next game on Sidequest, here's another. Oh shit! Here's another link for you, Wookie.
I'm kind of going down our show notes too.
Is it's called Descent Alps, and it's like a downhill skiing game. I've never
cold.
I've never skied in real life. Oddly enough, now that I think about it.
Lived near Mount Lacrosse.
I know. Never interested me. I'd probably have fun though. This game, I played it, and the whole Saturday or whenever maybe it was a Friday, I don't remember, but the whole day, it's all I could think about, because the neat thing they do is they have it timed to music. So when the beat hits is when you kind of like, I don't know what it's called, but you stab the poles in the ground and push forward. And once you get a rhythm going, like your whole body's working out because you're kind of squatting a little bit, and it just, I can't explain it, but it feels good. Like it just feels good. Mm-hmm. And you're like leaning, and you can, was it slalom? But you're going downhill, and you're going pretty quick. Beth tried it, but got nauseous and couldn't do it. I felt bad. Because I was just going down, like, it's really fun. And I think it's fun. They had a couple courses. The video looks pretty good. The weird thing is when you, if you get the beat right, these rings will start falling from the sky. And you tap like the grip button, and it turns like your, what is it? Just a pole? Is it called?
I don't know. Pole?
You kind of joust the rings with one of your poles, either one, whatever one you want, while you're going downhill, so you can kind of joust the rings.
It looked cool when you did it. Yeah, it looked like. And having seen people like do the jousting rings at medieval times, or like, they're riding a horse and they got to stick the little pole. It's probably not all that easy, but it looks fun. It looks soothing. Yeah,
it's just relaxing, and just your whole body moving to the beat. And I play a lot of rhythm games, but it just felt good. And there were some sharp turns that I didn't make, and there's like some jumps.
Crotch smacked some of these red flags.
Yeah, and you get that noise. But yeah, you kind of like, I went through a cave at one point, and that was pretty cool. And there's some jumps you can do if you want. I don't think you have to. So I'm gonna be watching this one. It was really good.
Just from it looks like very calming and soothing. The music's right. Just like you said, the rhythm of you moving the sticks up and down. I can see that getting into a groove and just going.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be a good like body weight, free weight, whatever workout, but it looks like it would be cardio.
Yeah,
just keep it moving.
Once I kept trying to get, like, I couldn't finish the second one because I don't know if I couldn't turn sharp after a while. I was sweating a little bit, so it's nice. It's a nice, probably a nice workout.
I dig that video too.
Speaking of workouts, the next one, this game is made to be played on an exercise bike, and that was awesome.
Max
this game is
Delivery.
Yeah, Max Delivery. Yeah, you just click those in the notes, and I won't share that.
It saves you time.
Yeah.
Is this Mad Max Delivery?
It's pretty close.
Sweet. I don't see anything. Oh, there's a shotgun. Okay.
There are enemies, and after a while, like, there are hoverbike guys and stuff. It was pretty neat. There's only 3 levels, and I have to make a disclaimer. I didn't have my exercise bike out, so I was just kind of swinging my one arm in place while I was aiming with the other one. And you control your speed and stuff. So you're supposed to strap one of the controllers to your leg. I haven't really figured out how. They didn't really say, but just doing it with my arms made me want to get on my exercise bike. So that's a win. Really
I love the thought of that, because step counters in a mobile app to give you progress in a game to incentivize kids to stop eating sausages and get out there and move. But like the exercise bike, I think I mentioned this. I think you told me something about this, strapping it to your leg the other day.
Yep.
What I don't get about exercise bike is how does it not damage the male area between things down there? Because I have an exercise bike and it's in the garage. I'm one of those. I don't use it. Because it, like, I sit on it and everything starts to go numb.
Yeah.
Like every time I sit on a bike, it's like I'm gonna push right here where all the pipes, the plumbing is between things, and I'm gonna crush that. And how do you get around that? This is probably not a topic for this podcast, but I would love to use it for stuff like this because it would make sure you're moving, and you just blew up a dude on a hover bike. I'm jealous, but I don't want to. That's Jeremy Clarkson from formerly Top Gear and the Grand Tour show now said, like, your gentleman sausage will be ruined. And I'm like, I think he's right.
Well, there are options. There's like padded shorts. There's padded seats for bikes. I sit on a gel cushion on my exercise bike. But I've done a lot of bike riding and I've never had a problem. I don't marathon anything, but I go for an hour or two and I'm good. So I don't know.
If I had fun in this game, I would be more than an hour or two. I'd be sitting here and I'd be a noodle sweating off of the bike by the time I could go.
It was the same for this game. It's only 3 levels, but I think I played them straight through probably 3 times in a row, and I was a sweaty mess. And I wasn't even on a bike. So
it's good.
Yeah, I really hope these games come to fruition because
these are all off the Sidequest.
Yep, these are all Sidequests right now. And I love that they're free and you can just try them and you're just like yay or nay on them. So
this is you are fighting a space RV camper thing.
Yeah.
Or garbage truck? I can't tell.
I think it was a camper. It was awesome. I was having a blast.
The amount of, I think it's a garbage truck. It's got 4 guns on the back. I don't know what it is. The amount of stuff, like if this game got made, like without changing anything at all, just adding hilarity falling off of these, or people falling out or shooting them out the window. Don't need it, but it's fucking fun to look at.
Yeah. So check out Max Delivery.
Check it out. Max Delivery.
So moving on, got 2 more games here. The next one is probably the roughest looking one. It played all right, but it's called Void Rifter. And what caught my eye is it's a mech game with a cockpit that's reminiscent of a TIE fighter. So I'm like, I'm trying it. I don't care.
Just to be inside of a TIE fighter.
Yep. And with what's there, you can tell, like, you can get the feeling and stuff. It's really cool. It's got, and that's one thing that blows my mind about VR is there's only I have 2 mech games. There should be 100 of them. And because you're sitting down, you don't have to move, so people don't get as nauseous, and it's perfect. The 2 mech games that exist are amazing and blow my mind, but there's only. If
they're the ones that we played, I don't remember what they're named. Like, it's really, it seems easy to go in and make that concept, but to make it actually fun, I think we played a deathmatch one, and it was like some old games that have deathmatch where there's nothing special to it. It's just I'm killing you, you're about half dead, I respawn, I'm full health, you're half dead, you're gonna die, and then it's just a trade-off.
Yeah.
This, I mean, you just said it looks rough. It's just real simple, get it out there, get it running kind of framework stuff.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's way before alpha stage. But the speed was there. You had a lever for speed. You hit the buttons, like if you want to shoot a missile, you have to hit the button, flip the switch, and you can shoot a missile. It had a shotgun, a pulse, and a machine gun, and you just hit the button or the lever for which one you wanted, and you could control with one stick while you move with the other stick, and it felt great.
It looks
different enemies.
Good. It's like on the 360. What was that? Like Asteroids game that had a neon look. Forgot the name of those games.
I don't recall.
I don't know. It was super popular, but this game kind of looks like that. Like the targeting reticle is a very nice little neon set of lights, and everything's real bright. It looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. I really liked it, so I hope that one gets made too.
And I see you like actually touching the buttons and the controls, like
Yep.
in game. Some VR games still everything's like a hotkey and a button combination. A lot of them don't really have the. It's as good as I think it should be, like interacting with a cockpit-ish sort of thing in the game. They're just not that up on it. But that one looked like it had it in there. Except
Yep.
I think that would actually fix some of my problem with like the mech games. Like slow it down, like you don't have to be super fast about it, and make me interact. Like
Yeah.
make me push these things. It would keep me entertained more than just flying around 100 miles an hour and just dying for some reason. Still looked really pretty.
Yeah, I liked it. It had a ton of guys on the ground that you just shot and mowed over, but then it had like moving, like airborne guys, and you actually had to like try and survive. The start of it made me laugh my ass off because you're just outside a little log cabin, and kind of there's a field in front of you, and a dog runs up and drops a ball, and you pick the ball up and throw it, all in VR, so you're actually doing it. Dog brings the ball back, you throw it again. I don't remember exactly what happens, but a mech. I hope he just stole the dog. I just happened to like turn my air conditioner on or something right when this happened, so I missed it.
He didn't step on the dog, did he?
I'm hoping he didn't do any harm though. I'm in my brain. He just stole your dog, and that's what makes you get in the mech and chase down the other mech and get into this nonsense. So it's pretty cool. So that was Void Rifter. Again, check it out if you can. Otherwise, put it on a list. Check back in a year. See where it's at.
Neat stuff.
So this next game is the one game I put out on Twitter. I asked, what topics or what would anyone like us to talk about? And this developer said Virus Popper, which is apparently his game. And at first, with everything going on, I'm like, I don't know about this. And then my first thought was, how much is it? Because it seems like a money grab already, because it's about killing viruses. Yeah. But it's free on Steam. Sorry, it's not Sidequest, but I just put it up here because I said I'd talk about it. So if you have Steam, it might even be playable out of VR. Maybe not, I don't know.
You have picture-in-picture of yourself washing your fucking hands. you look like you're washing your hands.
Yeah, to start off, we'll have a link to this video. To start off, you have to wash your hands, and it yells at you if you don't do it long enough. Because I was like, oh, I'll just do this, and it's like, no, 30 seconds or 20, whatever the thing is. And that made me laugh. Like at first, I'm like, I don't want to touch this because this seems wrong. This doesn't feel right.
Toilet paper.
Yeah, and it's actually once shit comes at you really fast, it's actually pretty fun. But you're like choosing which weapons come at you because your weapons only last so long, and then if the virus touches you, you gotta like get it off you. But the graphics are pretty good. Like it ran really well, and the music was really good. So like it was impressive for a free game that just seemed to come out of nowhere just to initialize or capitalize off the coronavirus, which was my first like no thanks. But I'm like, I'll try it, and it's actually for free. Like it's pretty fun.
I don't understand the concept of it besides laughing at the toilet paper and the germs, though. Like it looks like it runs well.
Yeah, it runs really well. It's just like a wave shooter where like these different weapons come at you and you have to touch them and then kill all the viruses. And like the toilet paper you don't want, and if it touches that, then like something bad happens and it just keeps going.
You don't want the toilet paper? It's got a red bubble around it, so I assume that's bad.
Yeah, I'm assuming maybe it's like public toilet paper and has virus on it. I don't know. There's like nothing aside from yelling at you for washing your hands. There's like no introduction, no rules or nothing. So you just got to figure it out. It was enjoyable. It was since it was free, and once I got in there, I'm like, okay, this is lighthearted, and okay, at least it's reminding you to wash your hands. So. Maybe it was just like a test, just something for them to test and get going.
Yeah, so it looks like it works. Like good job on it. It's just the topical version. Like what the fuck? Mm-hmm. And maybe it's something to it because as you were explaining, I just had to mute myself because I sneezed. Maybe the game just said you may have a fever. Weird, interesting out there.
Just grab it. It's free. It's a good 5-10 minutes if nothing else, just to laugh.